Okay, I've already recorded this video. I'm gonna double check if it's recording right now. Thank you, OBS. You suck. So, this is a thread that was sent to the YouTuber RuffledRowlit. He left a link to it in this video. I'm gonna link that obviously to link that video to this one. So this one, this right here is a idea or a theory about the evil team. So I went through it in depth in the previous recording, but OBS had to fuck up, so can't do that. God, you're just the best, OBS. So I'm gonna skim through this, doing the thing, just like, you know, skim through it. So he thinks that it was going to be based on the Roman people, how they tried to invade the UK and failed. So this comes a lot from a 4chan post that was deleted like immediately, and the entire account was taken off the site, which is pretty suspicious as is. So it says translation team lists 106 new Pokemon. Love that. Perfect amount of Pokemon that I'd want in a game, pretty much. People were already saying. In the past, there have been a couple people saying that there was going to be more Pokemon than there were in the old region. I love that. Like, more than Kalos, but not really that many Pokemon in general. Biggest region to date. With the Galar region, that very well may be possible. I think it actually might be the biggest. That it seems, sure as hell seems the biggest. Pokemon getting additional rare shiny form. Thank God I'm not a shiny hunter, because that would be a living hell. Social system gets represented in the form of legendaries. That would be at least 7 new legendaries, which is a hell of a lot. But then the big one, organization called Yada led by blah blah blah. No official translation yet, but then there was an official translation, at least not official, but like by some people. This first word right here translates to neon, or almost like Teen Neon, led by guess who? Caesar. Julius Caesar, the person who led the failed attempt to conquer the UK. Coincidence? Probably, but maybe not. Talked about this, and then there's this, then there's this one, where a week before the reveal, this guy got the names right and the region right. Sword and Shield and Great Britain. He also said the legendary Pokemon are Metal Snake and Wooden Horse, which will get brought up later. Armored Evolutions. Not a huge fan of that, but who knows, it could end up being awesome. And then Melton tying into that Armored Evolution thing. I don't feel so strong about the Melton thing, because most of the time they just get rid of Mythicals as fast as they brought them up. It seems like they have a machine just creating them every single year. Obviously, this Wooden Horse sounds like the Wooden Horse. And so, he says that he believes the evil team may have plans to use the legendary as means to take over the region in a very similar way the Greeks did to defeat the Trojans. Trojan Horse was about, this was written in a poem, which also talked about Romulus and Remus, the creators of the Empire of Rome in legend. And so, if you're just as confused as I first was when I first saw this weird-looking wolf thing, those two kids down there at the bottom, those are Romulus and Remus. Now, wolf, well, guess what? It's a wolf. And what's on the logos of Pokemon Sword and Shield? Wolves. So, in the story, in the legend, Romulus kills Remus for mocking him, and so that could be like not exactly brought up, but like mentioned or an homage to. And so with Nintendo Pokemon, they said this game is gonna be a bit for more older people. It's gonna be more on the dark side, and it very well could be, and that'd be very cool. It'd be like back to Gen 5 with an actual like story other than go save the world. It'd be great, because Gen 5 is the best story of every single game, and you can't change my mind. Though you can sure as hell try. So he believes the antagonistic twins will manifest in this story, which could be cool. It'd be a lot like Ruby and Sapphire again. And so he basically thinks that Caesar will be based on Romulus, and that Remus will be the champion of the region, defending Galar from his or her brother. He or she will be the literal shield of the region. Pokemon Shield. Defending from the symbolic sword, using his or her brother, using the Metal Snake legendary. Metal Snake could be could be the manifestation of a sword. I don't even think that's the right definition for it, but you get what I mean. After all that being said, I can see the story be played out like this. Caesar, pretending to desire to make peace with the servant, will bring the wooden legendary as a gift or offering. But then suddenly, psych, lol, XD, you got pranked, bro. It's a fake thing, and he comes in and destroys stuff and does some damage. And you have to be, you the player, has to be the one to stop everything, capturing the wolf legendary to break up the fighting and save the region. Obviously, not as simple as that. There will be a lot of hiccups and bumps along the way, but obviously, we'll see what the things do. And actually, that reminds me of a very cool thing. Mr. Buddy, he did a video on what if England was a Pokemon region like the UK, and his story revolved around that. The idea of the Romans conquering Europe and trying to, that is what his story was. So, like, if this were to be true, and if this guy were to be a genius and get it right, then Mr. Buddy would have had it the entire time. Which would have been so cool that he would have just ran. Like, he didn't predict this. He says he just came with this on his own mind, and this is what Nintendo made a year later. However long it's been since that video came out. So, yeah, that's the end of this thread. I didn't explain all that well. I explained pretty quickly. I explained it a lot better in the last recording, but OBS is just the best. So, yeah. Next thing, though, the other rumor I wanted to talk about was this. Score Bunny. You know it. You possibly love it. Who knows? It's pretty cool to me. Pretty cool, but I don't know so sure about it. This is what it looks like. It looks like this. Obviously, my first thoughts about it were, hell nah. Score Bunny ain't evolving into this. Like, the amount of drastic changes that would have to be taken in the middle stage to turn into that would just be so drastic. It almost feels like too much. There are some people going through saying that it looked like it was made in Photoshop. Obviously, so many of these come out. I mean, come on, just look at this, for example. Obviously, another fire rabbit, but this was totally fake, and a lot of people were thinking it was real. I think I actually, like, might have made a video about it. Not too sure. But yeah. It doesn't sit with me. And if it is real, then I'm not picking Score Bunny. Then I'm just not picking Score Bunny. It doesn't feel right to me. I'd probably be going with Sobble. But yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, you know, shed some light on it. Obviously, everybody else has done that already. This is, we all know, this is the true form of Score Bunny's final evolution. The Chunga. But, yeah. Other than that, not much else to say. Obviously, what starter right now is your favorite? I heard that, like, I've seen a lot of people dying over Sobble. Right now, they're all even for me. I have to see their middle and final evos. Like a final evo like that for Score Bunny, yeah, no, not picking it. But, yeah. Other than that, I've already said that already. I just, like, don't know. I don't know how to make good outros. And, to the one person, Minnow Dude, in the comments section, who told me to make good thumbnails, I'll do that when I get around to it. I need to make fucking content. So, I'll get around to it. I saw this and now I'm thinking, oh god. But yeah, I'm going to start this video by saying the memes that came out at day 1 for Sword and Shield, beautiful. But yeah, see you guys.